everybody, it's a couple minutes after midnight and I just got done watching 2003's Behind the Red Door, starring Kyra Sedgwick, Kiefer Sutherland, Stockard Channing and Jason Carter. This one I've only watched once before when I first bought it on DVD, and it's brought to us by the channel that gave us Californication and Weeds, Showtime. So when they're not doing stuff like that, they're making movies like this. It's basically a brother and sister, Roy and Natalie, played by Sutherland and Sedgwick, and they've come from a very abusive kind of father, you know, my favourite subject. They had an abusive father, and their mother died, and there's always been this suspicion about, they never knew what happened and stuff, but they've grown up and kind of separate. They've not seen each other for 10 years. Roy contacts his sister via a mutual friend, Julia, played by Stockard Channing, and Natalie is now this big shot photographer, and Roy is, I wasn't quite clear on what his job was. I think he's like an advertising kind of graphic designer or something. But anyway, Julia brings them back together. Like I said, they haven't seen each other for 10 years. And they're very, very kind of not, they're very opposite. And they just don't, you know, Roy is this very difficult, very picky, kind of very defensive kind of guy, and Natalie is very shut off and that kind of thing. So actually I can see a lot that's similar to myself and my sister, but so Julia brings them together via, you know, she makes out that she doesn't know and stuff, but she brings them together, and it turns out that Roy is dying from AIDS. And so the main purpose of this movie is seeing them come together, develop it, you know, trying to build this bond, and come to terms with their past. And while Roy believes that their father killed their mother, Natalie has never, she's been in denial of it, and she's never let herself sit kind of with the truth kind of thing. So there's this element where she's trying to investigate and find out so that they can come to terms and find some kind of peace. And it's a really good drama. It's an hour and 40 minutes long. It is cliched in that kind of saccharine, kind of schmaltzy way, and it's predictable, but it's still just really good. It's really well acted. I picked this up because of Stockard Channing, because I'm a big fan of hers. She's barely in this, but she serves her purpose. She brings them together. She kind of keeps them together even when Natalie just wants to leave. And it's just that kind of, it's good fun, it's emotional. This wasn't one that necessarily made me cry. I'm normally a big sucker for these kind of things where I it's so sad. I didn't have that with this one, but that doesn't mean, it's not because I didn't feel for the characters or that. Like I say, there was something that hit home for me, and like I say, there was a similarity between me and my sister, where I'm the shut off one and she's the very mouthy one kind of thing. But yeah, no, this is a really good drama. If you like your TV dramas, this is better than a TV drama. It is film quality. It's not one of those really bad, you know, like I say, Hallmark kind of things. It feels, even though it's very insular, you're mainly in Roy's kind of apartment when you're not at his studio. They've got some beautiful beach shots and stuff. But although it's very insular and there's a very small cast, it's still, it just feels so much slicker, and just it feels higher budget than a TV movie should do. But you know, if you like your TV movies, your dramas, if you're after something that just, it is the kind of thing that you would watch in the afternoon, but at the same time, if you're snuggled up with the other half or something on the sofa and you want a nice, easygoing movie, this is 15 rated. I guess because there's some swearing. I don't know why. It's not really all that gore. It's not. Although you see some of the process of her having to, Natalie having to put like Roy's IV in and medication and stuff. I am surprised that that's 15 rated. I'm surprised it's not only 12. But it's definitely worth checking out. Like I say, if you like your dramas, if it's not really all that slow. The pacing in it is really good. And personally, I really enjoy it. I'd easily give it a 7 or 8 out of 10. It's not perfect, but I can't find any fault. There was nothing about this except, and I don't know if it's because it's a TV movie, if it was just where some adverts were supposed to go or something, but there's this scene where Natalie goes to confront their father, and it's when she kind of has this epiphany, when it dawns on her that actually, yeah, he totally killed their mum. He stood there and he's just like, and then there's this really bizarre and awkward cut where he's then in her face going, so what you gonna do about it, kind of thing. And I was like, okay. And I clicked it back a couple of times to check that it wasn't my DVD disc skipping. But it wasn't. It is exactly like that. And there was no reason for it. So that was the only thing I had, the only problem I had with it, which sounds really silly, but considering how slick the rest of it is, it just felt like a really bad, like the take had been messed up or something and they'd redone it and then they'd edited 2 separate takes together. Because so much of the past, etc., is shown in these very small flashbacks, kind of little segments, you know, nothing lingering too long. And it's done really well in that sense, but it was just that one little thing that really pissed me off. But otherwise, this is really well done. It's really, like I say, it's well paced, and it's just, no matter how much you know what the outcome's going to be, you know they're going to be, even though they're really angry with each other and stuff, you know they're going to get back together. I'm not even really spoiling it by saying that, because it is that predictable. But it's still enjoyable. I didn't get bored watching it. Like I say, I'm sad Stockard Channing's not in it more, but after she's brought them together, you do need to focus on the brother and sister. That is what this movie's about. And I appreciate that. But everybody's excellent. Kiefer Sutherland's very camped up acting. It's good. It's difficult because you're trying to imagine where these two characters are coming from their past. You know, different people react different ways. At times he got a little annoying, but you can understand it. I wouldn't say he was bad. There was so much emotion in this. It was amazing to see him be such an emotional character. You know, it's rare to see him in these kind of roles. But everybody's excellent. It's well paced. It's a brilliant drama if you do get the chance. Please, if you like this kind of thing, please do check out 2003's Behind the Red Door. That was tonight's movie. I hope everybody's keeping well. Thank you so much for watching, as always. We'll be back next time with yet another movie tomorrow night. But for now, this is Sketch, signing out.